Now, we're just going to end then with Mark. Tripledemic, Mark.
Yeah, here we go again, right? They're saying at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in the U.S. that Mandy Cohen, who's the director of that, is looking ahead and saying we're going to have 3 bugs out there, 3 viruses, COVID, of course, and the flu and RSV, she said in an interview. We need to make sure the American people understand all 3 and what they can do to protect themselves. The spread of all 3 respiratory viruses is currently low, so it really isn't a big red flag right now. But the CDC has begun to detect slight increases in positive COVID tests and COVID-related emergency department visits. There they go again with the positive COVID tests, largely done through tests that where you don't really know that you have a actual positive COVID case or not. The testing has always been extremely speculative, and we've always known that someone being declared COVID positive very, very well may not be. So they're going to probably try and ratchet up those positive test numbers again that provide a lot of the grist for the revisiting of lockdowns as a potential. And we can just kind of wind up here. The World Health Organization recognized on the 23rd of July its own 75th anniversary. It was born in 1948. This year marks the 75th of the founding of the WHO. It was founded on a simple but powerful idea that health is a fundamental right of all people. When our Constitution came into force in 1948, HIV was still an unknown. They recognized the 75th anniversary via the 12th International AIDS Society Conference in Brisbane, Australia, by the way. And we can move on from there. That's kind of the statement of their philosophy. They're saying new infections and deaths are falling, but not fast enough. We need to continue harnessing the power of science. And we know how capricious that can be, from basic behavioral science and everything in between, to develop new and more powerful tools to maximize their impact and to continue the quest for a cure and a vaccine. They're talking about mainly HIV right there, a cure and a vaccine. HIV has taught us, and COVID and Mpox, which is monkeypox, have reminded us that health is not a luxury only for those who can afford it, but in the words of the WHO Constitution, a fundamental right of every human without distinction. Now go to the next slide. Except newborn babies. And we've talked a little bit about the low birth rates and the social and economic and political problems that definitely creates. It says here, WHO defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity, making health for all a reality, and moving toward the progressive realization of human rights requires that all individuals have access to health care, et cetera, including comprehensive abortion care services. Induced abortion is a simple and common health care procedure. Health care procedure for whom, right? Every year, almost half of all pregnancies, 121 million, are unintended. 6 out of 10 unintended pregnancies and 3 out of 10 of all pregnancies end in induced abortion. And this really, in its own way, rips the veil off the WHO. When you look at the ethos of the WHO regarding abortion and how the preborn is given no humanity whatsoever, no even basic recognition of importance, that translates into how the WHO would look at humanity through the lens of vaccines and through the lens of diseases. They basically look at pregnancy as a quasi-illness, as a disease to be cured.
Yep.
And so the value that the WHO places on human life is magnified through that. And again, that would apply to basically all facets of the WHO.
Okay.
So that really reveals a lot about its character. So There you go for today.
Brilliant. Thank you, Mark. Thank you very much. And David, just very quickly, we'll end with a final meme.
Final slide from cartoonist Stanley McMurtry of Mac. Someone's in the queue for the NatWest Bank, and he says to the teller, "Yes, I voted for Brexit. Why do you ask?" As he disappears through the trap door in the floor, and he becomes one of the NatWest rejection selection. How many of us are going to be in that category, I wonder?
Yes, indeed. Very good question. Okay, well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining us, Mark and David, and thanks to all our viewers and listeners. I'll be back in a couple of minutes for some extra if you are a UK Column member. Otherwise, we'll see you on Wednesday. Don't forget the Net Zero presentations going out at 1 p.m. tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.